when you will write report on newspaper on any event, নিউজপেপারে যেগুলো খবর দেওয়া হয় যে সমস্ত ঘটনা দুর্ঘটনা বা ইত্যাদি, how to write, how to start at first you will start in case of accident, how many persons were killed or injured, what damage it has done, what was the action of the local people, and what was the action of the mob's actions are very important, and what happened after that, and what damage they do, and then what action was taken, and how if police were informed, and after gap of the time gap, and what police took action, and what did the police do when they were informed, they came soon or they came later, if and then when, and then the local residents create a violence, like road blockade, during protest against accident, they make a road blockade, isn't it or not? Yes? They put up a road blockade, and then the road blockade, due to road blockade, few hours traffic is totally disrupted. So traffic movement is disrupted for few hours, and then police take action, intervene into the matter, and then the situation turns normal. These things happens, and sometimes then the government take action against those culprits, either the driver who is responsible. It is at first the police take action against the culprits. The police take action against the culprits and take action against them. What action should they take? They must arrest him, and the victims are the victims who are dead are identified. The victims are identified. The identity of the victims are taken, and the injured persons are taken to in hospital. These are the primary actions done by the police, immediate action. And now we can start in this way. Suppose an accident happened, took place between a motor car and between a minibus and a public bus. Then what happened, and where did it happen? When did it happen? The time, and where did it happen? And what was the speed of the two vehicles? What was the speed of the two vehicles is necessary. Speed is the vehicle of the vehicles is necessary, and who violated? The two buses, the drivers of the two buses, among the drivers of two buses, who violated traffic rule, and for what, whose cause the accident took place. It must be highlighted in your report. And at first you will give a caption. Your newspaper heading report must have a good and attractive caption, and that caption attracts the readers. So your caption is very important, and you will be given marks for that caption. The caption will tell the whole story. You will learn, that the caption matters most in news, any writing, any event writing, reporting. Okay, now let's start. Collision. Sorry. COLLISION. Collision. Oh, sorry. Truck. Collision between a public bus and a minibus claimed two lives. Or alternative heading, you can give alternative heading. So public bus and minibus Are you listening to me or are you watching? Public bus and minibus collision. Collision means crash. Collision means crash. Truck, public bus and minibus collision took 2 lives. Live plural form. Lives. Okay. Then what you will write? Place and date. What is the date today? Place, suppose Kolkata. No, suppose Uttarpara লিখছি, হুগলি উত্তরপাড়া. Let's write হুগলি উত্তরপাড়া. হুগলি. Date উত্তরপাড়া হুগলি. Date 22nd August. Now let's start. Can any one of you tell what will be the starting point? What will be the starting introduction? What will be the starting line? At least. Now tell. At least two. Shreyansh, bolo tumi bolo. At least 2 persons or 2 passengers. At least 2 passengers were killed and several others were badly injured in a collision between. This heading you can take. In a collision between this. So this will be a starting introduction. This will be a good introduction. In any case, in earthquake, this also happens casualty. In a case of earthquake, in case of drought, casualty is there. Either death or injury take place. Either death or injury take place in any natural calamity, in any man-made accident. Everywhere there is some casualty, either dead or injured. So what will be your first line? Now start writing. First line you will write there, and just reconcile with my writing. At least you have already said it. At least 2 passengers of a which bus can you consider the victim? Passengers of which bus? What should be the common sense? Minibus is just small, and it was, suppose the public bus was speeding, was more speedier driving speedier than the minibus. Minibus was rather slow. The victim will be the minibus. The speeding bus will not be the victim will be the minibus. At least 2 passengers of a minibus were killed and how many injured? What I told you? Injured. Several of them and several others. Several means a number of. Several means a number of. Several others were injured. Were killed passive. This is passive form of past indefinite. Do you know? Passive form of past indefinite. Past indefinite. Rule applied in voice change. Voice change rule. Here rule of voice change is applied. Past application of voice change. A past indefinite passive. Don't make mistake in Madhyamik, because these are the vital things. If you can understand well, Shreyans, can you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you understand, then everybody will understand, I think. Yeah. They understand easily because they have already learned, but you have not learned in this manner, I think. Have you learned in this manner? How I am teaching is in such a way. Have you ever learned in this manner? Passive, active, the use of passive, active in no. Only just memorize. But memorized system cannot last long. Memorized system of memorization cannot last long. If you memorize, you can't remember them. But if you know the rule, you can write. So you must take the number of dead persons and number of injured, the number of injured people. Several others were injured. Injured. When a speeding public bus speeding বেগে ছুটছিল running at high speed public bus hit a minibus, a stationary minibus. A stationary means, what is the meaning of stationary? মানে still, moveless. What is the meaning of the stationary? Moveless, stagnant, মানে fixed, still. What is, there are two words in stationary, is two spellings. There are two spellings stationary. One is ARY, another is ERY. ARY means fixed or still. The sun is the only stationary thing in the universe. But stationary ERY means the dealer, the businessman who deals in pencils, papers. These are the stationary items. These are called stationary goods. So a shopkeeper who sells these things is called stationers. So stationary STATION ERY. And here ARY. Just if you spell ERY, then it will mean different. So note the spelling. Stationary or moveless bus, moveless stationary minibus. From behind, পিছন থেকে the incident now place and time. The incident বা the mishap means দুর্ঘটনা, mishap or disaster. Mishap or disaster. DISASTER. Natural disaster, natural calamity. This is man-made disaster. DISASTER. This incident, mishap or disaster or tragic incident. Tragic. Tragedy. Took place. Near শখের বাজার এরিয়া, শখের বাজার near শখের বাজার SAKHER শখের বাজার 3 point crossing at 11 a.m. Okay. Past passive. এটা active. Past active. Near Soccer Bazaar 3-point crossing at about time 11 a.m. Then what took place soon after this? In the wake of the incident, in the wake of, just aftermath, in the wake of, means soon after this incident, in the wake of the incident, the local mob got furious and blocked the road, or put up a road blockade, blocked the road for an hour. The driver of the killer bus, killer means ঘাতক, যে মার্ডার করছে, খুন করছে, কিলার, মার্ডারার। এখানে বাসটা যেহেতু as the driver of the bus is the responsible and the bus is, so the bus is the killer bus, the driver of the killer bus. The adjective has been used here, killing bus, killer bus, which is the epithet. The killer bus has been nabbed, N-A-B-B-E-D, nabbed, new word used for, it is the substitute word of, synonymous of, it is the synonymous of arrested, or apprehended. These words can be used. Arrested is a common word, and nabbed is not so common. Nabbed, arrested or apprehended. This is also passive, but what kind of passive this is? This is passive. Present perfect passive. Present perfect passive. Present perfect passive. Now let's give me, it's a problem. Now I have to rub this. Have you written? Identified by the police. Among the deceased are রঘুনাথ দাস bracket is 56 years. A resident of Shivtola, Bhadrakali, and another was another is Montu Kule, 42 years. A resident of Bali, the injured were taken to Uttarpara State General Hospital, SGH, Uttarpara State General Hospital for treatment. The condition of the condition of the three victims are stated to be critical. The local police came to the spot soon after the mishap occurred. The traffic movement in the route was disrupted for an hour. The blockade was removed. When the police Intervened means what is the meaning of intervene? হস্তক্ষেপ করে or interfered. When the police interfered or intervened, the blockade was removed or lifted. When the police intervened, police হস্তক্ষেপের পরে পথ অবরোধ, the blockade মানে road blockade আর কি, the road blockade, পথ অবরোধ was removed when তুলে দেওয়া হয়, হটিয়ে দেওয়া হয় when the police intervened or interviewed. The situation turned normal after an hour. হচ্ছে বাইরে কে লিখছে স্টাফ রিপোর্টার, এখানে লিখতে পারো যে ABP বাই স্টাফ রিপোর্টার বাই টাইমস অফ ইন্ডিয়া TOI, টাইমস অফ ইন্ডিয়া, টাইমস অফ ইন্ডিয়া reporter, staff reporter is writing the report. Now to copy the same. Have you copied it?
No.
Total? Now copy it. Now copy it. Then another thing will be taught. এবার আমি একটু বাংলায় বলে দিচ্ছি, এখানে যেটা লেখা হলো এখন আগেরটাও বলে দেবো। দ্য বডি অফ দ্য ভিকটিমস হ্যাভ বিন আইডেন্টিফাইড বাই দ্য পুলিশ, মানে যে যে হচ্ছে যে যারা দুর্ঘটনার শিকার হয়েছে, যারা দুর্ঘটনার শিকার হয়েছে তাদের চিহ্নিত করা হয়েছে পুলিশের দ্বারা, পুলিশ তাদের চিহ্নিত করেছে। দিস হ্যাজ বিন রিটেন ইন প্যাসিভ ভয়েস, এটা লেখা হয়েছে প্যাসিভ ভয়েসে। লক্ষ্য করতে পারছো কি, দ্য পুলিশ the body of the victims have been identified by the police. That means the police have identified the body of the victims. You can write it in active voice, but passive voice is preferable here. The body of the victims মানে যারা শিকার হয়েছে, বলি হয়েছে, তাদের যে দেহটাকে শনাক্ত করা হয়েছে বাই দ্য পুলিশ। অ্যামাং দ্য ডিসিজড, মৃতদের মধ্যে, ডিসিজড মানে হচ্ছে মৃত। অ্যামাং দ্য ডিসিজড আর রঘুনাথ দাস 56 years old, a resident of Shivdala and Bhadrakali, Shivdala Bhadrakali, and another is Mantu Kole, 42 বছর বয়স, a resident of Bali, Bali বাসিন্দা, কমা দিয়ে লেখা হয়েছে resident of Bali. The injured যারা আহত হয়েছে were taken to উত্তরপাড়া স্টেট জেনারেল হসপিটাল, তাদেরকে ভর্তি করা হয়েছে। মানে অ্যাডমিটেড টু লেখা যায় এখানে, টেকেন টু অথবা অ্যাডমিটেড টু, এখানে লিখতে পারো অ্যাডমিটেড টু, অ্যাডমিটেড টু লিখতে পারো। হ্যাঁ, এটা ভর্তি করা হয়েছে, এটা প্যাসিভে লেখা হয়েছে, দেখতে পাচ্ছ ওয়ার অ্যাডমিটেড, ফার্স্ট প্যাসিভ, ওয়ার টেকেন টু উত্তরপাড়া স্টেট জেনারেল হসপিটাল, সংক্ষেপে লেখা হয়েছে, ফর ট্রিটমেন্ট, চিকিৎসার জন্য। দ্য কন্ডিশন অফ সরি দ্য থ্রি ভিকটিমস, তিনজন যে বলি হয়েছে তাদের যারা আহত হয়েছে, দ্য কন্ডিশন অফ দ্য থ্রি ভিকটিমস আর স্টেটেড টু বি ক্রিটিক্যাল, তিনজনের অবস্থা খুব খারাপ, সংকটপূর্ণ। The local police came to the spot soon after the mishap. দুর্ঘটনার পরে লোকাল পুলিশ, মানে দুর্ঘটনা ঘটার পরে occurred, soon after the mishap occurred, occurred means happened, দুর্ঘটনা ঘটার পরে লোকাল পুলিশ এখানে এসেছে, উপস্থিত হয়েছে ঘটনাস্থলে। দ্য ট্রাফিক মুভমেন্ট ইন দ্য রুট, ওই রুটের ট্রাফিক যান চলাচল ব্যবস্থা, ট্রাফিক মুভমেন্ট মানে যান চলাচল, ওই রুটেতে যান চলাচল, ওই পথে যান চলাচল হচ্ছে ডিসরাপ্টেড মানে বিঘ্নিত হয়েছিল ফর অ্যান আওয়ার, 1 ঘন্টা। The blockade, পথ অবরোধটাকে হটিয়ে দেওয়া হয়, was removed when the police intervened. পুলিশ হস্তক্ষেপের পরে পথ অবরোধ উঠে যায়। The situation turned normal after hour, 1 ঘন্টা পরে পরিস্থিতি স্বাভাবিক। That's all.